everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a great one on tap between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Let's get you out to Levi Stadium for the 2018 home opener. Here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the San Francisco 49ers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And, Charles, you take a look at these 49ers as they enter play here. They come in off a loss in the opener last week. That one was on the road. Now they get their first.
Here we go. 11. X3. 218.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And he'll hope that this is not a sign of what's in store as he has to fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, second down. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. L.J. Collier. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Well, that's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Well, that last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And the pressure gets to him again. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. You know, a week ago was one of the best defensive performances I've ever seen. He had 5 sacks. Here we go again.
And he's the type of player that'll keep an offensive staff up all week trying to figure out how to slow him down. But at some point...
Here we go. Black 80. 6. Protein spill.
Garoppolo on 1st down. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Here we go.
4 receivers to keep tabs on here, 3 of them to the right side on 2nd and 5. There's Garoppolo to throw. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Here we go.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
We're going to keep getting sacks.
Here we go. 180. Stay hot.
Man, I got you.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Here we go.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Garoppolo looks to throw. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
56 is the mark. You got D. It's just me and you.
Garoppolo, he's going to give this to Breida on the draw. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Here's a run on 1st down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Here we go. 180. 13.
On the delay, here's Breida. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. We're scoreless after 1. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And a throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Here we go. 180.
Garoppolo now, 1st down throw, and that is incomplete. He was looking for Matt Breida out of the backfield, but it's going to be 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Just throws Garoppolo. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. A gain of 4 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Now Garoppolo. Open man is Pettis. It's complete. And he'll have the 1st down as he's up to about the 18. His first catch, good for 9 in the 1st down. On 1st down, here's Breida. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Garoppolo. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. It's almost like you can see the look of 4 interceptions last week.
Here we go. 120.
54. Let's go, deep. Tighten up.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, a run with Breida. And he stopped immediately there. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down.
56, the block for 56. Check 56.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Goodwin. And he's out of bounds. 45.
Here we go. 180. Flag. 80 welcome.
They run with Breida. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Check. Watch 54, watch 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys.
Garoppolo now. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete domination. So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. This from 54 yards away. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will...
Here we go. 180!
54 miles. Check.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in one game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here we go.
They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. It gives some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz, they dial it up, and it turns into 6 points for them.
We had
56, Mike, 56. Back the pass.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. We have hit halftime. Still and abbreviated.
Here we go. 180! 11.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip.
They'll begin the drive with Breida. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Here we go.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. So after the run for a yard, here comes 2nd and 9 from the 26. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on...
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. L.J. Collier picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Here we go. 180! 21.
54. Okay.
Pilot, 64.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
180!
From the 30 on 2nd down, Garoppolo looking left sideline, incomplete.
Incomplete on the throwaway. Brings up 3rd and 5.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. From the gun, it's Garoppolo. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny.
Here we go. Like 20. 21. Here we go. Ahead.
On first down, Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Kendricks gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing now is Garoppolo. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march up another 15 against your squad.
Here's Breida. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team was saying, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Here we go.
Pick me up. Here we go. First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
There's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he's out of bounds, but not before a big pickup that time on what's going to wind up being the final play of the 3rd quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. To throw, it's Garoppolo. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Jaron Reed. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. This may be one of the best stretches of defensive football that I've seen. I don't know about you. 5 sacks last week, now 3 here in this affair.
I would agree with that, and I've enjoyed watching the skill that's gone into it. You can see the intelligence behind it as well. He's watched tape, and he's setting people up. But relentless, that's the one word that keeps coming to mind. He does not want to be denied at getting to the quarterback.
And they're not denying him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
They'll get this into the hands of Breida. Another 13 yards there twice in a row, and they're on the move. Another first down as well. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his first touchdown of the new season, as his guys are back within a single score. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them. This guy can...
Here we go, here we go, here we go.
56. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Get hot. Get hot.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a gain of 7, and that'll lead here to a third down. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's third and 3. Gets this one left side to pass. The completion there winds up a wash. It'll bring it up fourth down.
They dialed up the blitz on third down, and you're worried the defense that they can hit you with a big play in that situation. Instead, the blitz pays off, able to rally to the football and make the play.
They run for it with Breida, and the surge is going to be too much defensively. He's hit and taken down in the backfield. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out.
Here we go. Black 80. Check. Nick.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Over the middle to Kittle, complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. That'll be complete to Breida.
Usually the offense has an answer to anything a defense throws at them, including a safety valve. And that's what they did on that play. They went there, but the defense still made an excellent play and held them to no gain.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on fourth down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
They'll go for it. It's Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46. So the victory here for Seattle. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Seahawks, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll drop to 0-2. And
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap.
Ready, 25.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. And his first look is incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Call it about a gain of 3, and they'll be looking at a 3rd and 7 coming up. Now Ryan. Man open, that's Calvin Ridley.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession.
Ready, Blue 80. You ready?
Check with these sticks.
Check.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That's good for 28 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Open receiver, that's Hayden Hurst, the tight end.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it. Sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A 22-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Swaim here is tight end outright. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They run, Devontae Freeman. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense. 3rd and 2, now Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10. Chris Carson trotting back out there. And no doubt he's come out.
Ready, 25. Check.
Here we go.
Ready,
On first down, Ryan. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. They'll run on first down. It's Freeman. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. On second and 11 now. Ryan. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. On third down, Ryan. Wide open receiver complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. First and 10 at the 45. This is Freeman. He's got a first down and then some inside the 40. And down to the 27-yard line. A big run there. 29 yards and a first.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's first and 10 at the 27. Ito Smith, his first carry. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
Partner, if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get them. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the first down on that run. Don't just ask for them. Show them that you're supposed to get the football.
Here we go now with Smith. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. Third and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan. This is caught. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. A 4-yard pickup, not enough. Fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning. A fake to Freeman. Now it's Ryan. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half.
Ready? White 25. My 54. Come on, dude. White.
Now Ryan on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, second and a yard. Now Ryan. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Ryan. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jaron Reed in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Not wanting to risk another sack, they'll play it safe with a run. And he'll lose yardage here. Going. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down. The rush defense stout on 1st down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall.
It got his man complete. Julio Jones all alone. Touchdown, Falcons. Julio Jones, 82 yards. And the Falcons push further out in front. We've seen these two, Matt Ryan and Julio Jones, connect quite a few times over the years. It never gets old.
It never gets old. Well, maybe for the deep.
First down. Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley, and he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
59, ready, 11, 66, bullet 5.
On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan, and that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Ryan. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be in. They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Looking deep for Julio. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Off Off the play fake to Freeman. It's Ryan. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
I know there'll be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Let's go. Ready. Mark 56. Come, baby. Come, baby.
On 1st and 10, Ryan looking middle, and that's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. From the gun, Ryan, quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a first down for the Falcons. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now it's Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
To throw again on second down. Ryan.
He had to write down in the definite distance to take a shot downfield, but it didn't work out the way they had envisioned.
No, that's a situation where if you take a sack close to the line of scrimmage, it's not like that. You can't take a sack there.
Yeah, absolutely. The one thing you cannot do, they did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Operating from the gun. Ryan going for the deep ball. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So how about that for a momentum?
59, ready, 20, 20, 280. Recon, 132 fighter.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Short throw underneath to Hurst. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. They'll break the huddle. Come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Throwing again on 2nd down. Ryan. And he will find his man on the outside. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Hey, Tuesday.
Back to throw. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 7 yards on the quick slant and a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to.
It's caught at the 10. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 56 yards. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think.
Freeman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That can give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now, that's an extra boost moving forward, and it actually is an extra hurt for the team that loses because normally you shake it off. But in this situation, it lingers a little bit longer.
On third down, Ryan. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The temptation to go for it, probably there. Always is, especially in overtime. Got to punt it, though.
I think you're right. I think that you absolutely have to punt it away and trust your defense, especially play a little field position here. But you're so right about the temptation. Another way to satisfy that, though, line up in punt formation and fake it. That's another way to get it done.
Now, if you're a fan... partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime. A little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football on...
Be alert, be alert.
Check.
It's on one.
You.
Completes it to Lee. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Now Foles. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It is one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
So here come this...
Hayden's cool. Here we go.
I got you.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yards back at the 17. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
I'll drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And the return will stop right around the 25.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
The first carry now for the BYU man. It's Jamal Williams. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. On 2nd and 9, Foles.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's Foles. Man open left side. It's Williams. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Foles. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. 2nd and 3. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. This Seattle defense, they haven't broken yet. Coming up here on a 3rd and goal situation. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Cameron Brate, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes.
They'll run on 1st down. Williams able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. first down. It's Williams. John Simon in on the stop. 7-7, our score after one. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd and 7. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything. So it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
The kick by Gold is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Lee. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Williams. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Throwing on 2nd and 3. Foles. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. They stick to the ground game on first down. It's Williams. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. Calling a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 2nd and 12. On 2nd down now, it's Williams. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Lee. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Foles. He'll get this over to Westbrook. It's complete. That one covers 29 yards. First down.
We go. 180. You better be afraid of me. You better.
it underneath to his running back. Complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They'll look to throw. And that ball is caught by DJ Chark for the Jags touchdown. DJ Chark, as the first half is winding down, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I don't think it's any state secret to know what they were saying before the start of this drive. Let's go and punch.
Easy, easy. Hey, solid one, solid one. Oh, 64, weak.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Caught left side, Williams. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat.
He rifles one that's intercepted. It's the linebacker, Michael Kendricks. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? And then the ability to catch.
13.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. There he goes, right side. And they bring this one back. It's a fumble recovery and a Seattle touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Turn for a touchdown. They'll try to get this running game going with Williams. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. On play action, they'll throw. Going to throw right side here, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
On second down, Williams. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. It was wide open right there. Got to be able to.
No gain on the dump off. It's second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He can make it. Williams loses the football.
I'm going to hit you all day.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down. So that last play gives them a little more space now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line. Back to throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And Brait, the tight end's got it. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's Jaguar football, but a little work to do for them. They trail here as we start the 4th. They'll set up to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so touchdowns compared to the drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling. Don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. Got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have a big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Oh, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Jamal Williams. But it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 10. Foles underneath, he's got Brait. And he's taken down inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 29-yard line.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. Call it no gain on the dump off, and it's 3rd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass, and sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
And a manageable 3rd down becomes a lot less manageable. 3rd and 7 after the false start. Deferring to Armstead on the draw. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look.
13. 22 jet bombers. 22 jet bombers.
Now Foles. And Brait has it over the middle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Foles. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Trying to get it there to D.D. Westbrook. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Foles toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. The tight end Cameron Brate was the target, and it's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense is well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Now a pass hauled in downfield. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll look to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this team...
Hey, here we go. I got you. Tiger. Good. Here we go. Down to hit.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Williams. Call it a 1-yard gain of the play, and it'll be a 2nd down. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Off the draw, here's Williams. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. So the victory here for Seattle, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together